Should we race the TT this year? Let's have a think. Should we race the TT this year? You might not know, but it's rate fast. Fast enough to get through this gap. Fast enough to miss whilst panning. Fast enough to win some trophies. Should we race the TT this year? Last season had its problems that are now resolved. Even the understeer has been dissolved. It's an Advan car built to perform. It's a hairdresser's car that will not conform. Should we race the TT this year? It's a fancy machine and the costs are real. Even if Darkside offer me a good deal, I need the Patreons to help me choose, cause this opportunity could be one to lose. Should we race the TT this year? The freeloaders can also have a say, but only after the ones who pay. Early access benefits and supporting the channel gives you a vote in whether we ride this German camel.
Now then chaps, today we answer the question, should I be racing this Audi TT this year? Well, we're going to find out. We're going to see if it's improved a lot. Darkside have also got another driver turning up, someone who's not quite as experienced as me, so we'll be doing a bit of one-to-one shadow coaching with them. We're going to show them how it's done basically. Now the 5 Series is still a bit broken. I didn't have a chance to tell you in the last Donington video, but this thing has really started kicking up a fuss. It's got an exhaust leak which is quite bad. I've just put the windows back up so I could speak to you just now, but it's not good. The smell of diesel inside here is getting really ridiculous. So before I die of poisoning from the black smoke, yeah, we're just going to Darkside and then we're getting a lift off Ryan. But we're getting a bit of a special lift, which is why I'm videoing it. We're getting a special lift. So what could it be? What could we be getting a lift in that's special? What do you think? Got the head cam on, look, for the special trip. You gonna give us a lift in this thing, yeah?
If you want to. Well, listen to a fire up.
Cold start. They do. What's it called? Scania
V8 this.
Just Scania V8, that'll, yeah. Because I need to get the SEO, don't I?
Yeah.
Oh. No dramas. So yeah, we're off to Donington today in the truck. Oh. Let me in, please. Hello. What? Oh, what's this?
You love it, don't you?
It's shagging fucking carpet.
It's what your prostitute sits on.
Fucking hell.
It's an old one, this.
How old is it, like?
55 plate.
That's the same as my car.
Yeah, exactly. But it's got
Where's your heated seats?
yeah, you haven't got them.
What? Where's your cup holder?
Got one for driver. They're not passenger oriented to these wagons. So we're off. It takes a bit longer to do stuff in a wagon, doesn't it?
Automatic, yeah?
Yeah. But it's got a clutch. Work that one out.
How many gears, Captain?
12.
I'm really bad at getting travel sick, you know.
Are you?
Yeah.
Alright, isn't it?
But I figured,
You've got a good view.
apparently, like wagons and that, you're alright. Like I used to just, if I sit in front of a bus, I'm usually alright.
And I bet you were one of them range short buses, weren't you?
What do you mean? What, with clean windows?
Yeah.
That's an E34.
What's that?
E34s have got single armrests.
Look at this. Look at this.
Whoa!
Why would he do that?
Has it got Darkside map on it?
Not yet.
How many kilometres on clock?
1,734,000.
That's over 1 million miles.
Yeah.
So I'm making this video about whether or not I should drive the TT or not this year.
Oh.
And I'm going to let the Patreons decide. They've got the, I'm going to let them throw the hammer down, I think. Well, I'm going to let them have an opinion anyway, at the very least.
Which TT though, diesel or petrol now? You got to decide.
Well, I'm still doubtful about this diesel one.
Are you?
Yeah.
You've got to see it perform before you make any decision.
Well, for everyone on the YouTube, they're building a diesel TT. So it's going to have the same kind of running gear as a Golf, but in a TT, which should be a bit lighter.
A bit more power as well. They are going to have a bit more power.
And it should be a Class A runner. But out of the 4 race cars they've got, it's the least prepared, and it's the one that's most different from last year. So yeah, your diesel TT, I want to see it succeed.
It's going to do some time.
It's not. It's the least. It's the most different to last year. It's the most out of the box idea, and it's the least prepared.
Yeah, it's not even got an engine in it.
So I've not even told him about that yet, because I think it's still a bit of a pipe dream. I'd love to see it. Yeah, we're about to get his first kill here. Chopped lad. M1 southbound.
It's empty, isn't it? It's like we've got it to ourselves.
7 AM Saturday morning. Nice little Scania flag. Where's all your jingle lights and your fancy curtain?
There's one on there. I don't know how you turn it on.
We've arrived. Yeah, definitely a lot busier today. Should we drive that yellow EG for the YouTube? Right, there's loads of Honda people here today, so we might actually do some engaging with other people like I said I would. But let's see what happens.
And everything runs perfect. And everybody goes happy.
Busy today, lad.
Very busy.
Any questions about any of that?
Right, I've not seen Donington this busy for a long time. It's definitely going to be red flag central all day. I guess they're at full capacity, but it's at least twice as many cars as what was here last week. But what we got then, let's have a quick perusal of the motor vehicles as they roar past the MX-5, the Continental, Bentley, another MX-5, here's a Darkside TT getting chased by a Cortina, TT MX-5 Clio, 2 E36s, very nice. Another MX-5, there's a lot of MX-5s here. Another MX-5, please succeed. Yeah. Another MX-5, R35 with Fiesta, another MX-5, 1 Series and a 206. So it's got to be maybe even 3 times what cars were here last week. GT86, very nice. Yeah, having a good time here. New M4. That's about it. But yeah, so many cars here. Unreal. Right, we're on for another red flag. So we've not been open half an hour yet, and that is the second red flag. No, the third, sorry. That's the third red flag. And we've been open half an hour. It's a sign of things to come, I think. Donington is brutal for drivers who can't drive. Nah, just kidding. Right, we're using the camera today. Matisse is here, Jake's here. There's a young man here who needs some help with his racing, so we're going to help him out. Hey, look, the TT, you remember it from Autosport? All wrapped up and looking good. So yeah, Golf and TT here. I'm here to drive a TT. But look what we're sharing a garage with. Can you believe it? Yes. We've got a full Honda squad. There's a DC2 right at the back. Can you see it? Oh, there is lots of stuff here today. You wouldn't believe how busy the briefing room was, but we're here to drive this. It's had a lot of changes just since the other week as well, and like I said in my other video, this was flying apparently last time it was here, so we'll see how we go. Right, so Darkside, I got some mates near Donington, right? I'd never seen this before. Look at these samosas. I thought you were kidding.
Genuine Indian samosas.
Not bad breakfast. This is going to be a much better vlog than last time. Hopefully the microphone's going to work as well, eh? No voiceovers. But look at the quality of cars that are here. Nice old Cortina. There's some right mixture of stuff here, but with it being, you know, at least twice the amount of cars here, there's going to be twice the amount of red flags. So they're doing some brake disc testing today, if you've ever heard of such a thing. They've painted the disc in some special material that only triggers at certain temperatures or something. What they've found is that the front left disc's getting hotter than the front right disc, and the ducting's slightly different, so they're going to play around with that. But yeah, we've got the novice driver in there now, just getting a feel for the car, see how he gets on. The Honda boys have said yes as well, so some Honda content. I know this yellow EG That looks like a clickable content to me. What do you think? In fact, they all do. All of these cars are clickable, aren't they? This one's in a very nice spec. But yeah, look at this. Super busy day. Are you alright, Phil? Are you finding your way around? Alright. Do you need any tips?
I'd like you to just jump in with me.
I'll show you how to go around, yeah. We'll look at your data after, get the laptop out. I'll give you some tips, alright?
Alright.
No worries.
Thanks, Dan.
Right, I'm going out in a TT, if you didn't notice. The track is so busy that there's a queue to go out. So yeah, big contrast to last week. A lot more cars on track. Okay, so the TT is vastly different to when we drove it last year. Quite a bitter end to 2022. It was a year with a lot of problems for this car, but apparently now it's the fittest it's ever been. So this first run was just trying to get like a baseline and get a feel for the car. There's been a lot of changes to it over winter, and it definitely does drive better, there's no doubt in that. The car feels so fast as well, it feels so much faster than the RS3. It is under technical regulation allowed to run more power, but I think it's a little bit lighter as well, so yeah, it's a real fast car, the TT, and this is the first time I've driven it in the dry and it's really performed well. Now in this video we're going to be working on my driving a little bit. I actually got some driver coaching experience for the first time. I'd never had it before, but yeah, this novice driver knew a thing or two, and we talked about some stuff and I learnt a bit, so we're going to talk more about it in the next run though. This was just a short run to get used to the car. The car did have issues though with the brakes. The pedal feels really firm, but the braking performance doesn't feel amazing. We did the start, there was one quickish lap, but a lot of traffic, eh? The brakes, I've not got a lot of confidence in the brakes. It turns out the front left ABS sensor is recording 400 kph, so the ABS was going a bit nuts into corners, but that got resolved and the brakes were back to normal for the second run. Just in a dark side truck, just had a little data session with the newbie, with the novice, looking at, you know, where it can improve. So around here, you want to be doing 13s-ish in a car like that, and yeah, they were on for 14, so just a little bit of a brake bleeding, yeah, just one little thing, try and bleed off the brakes a bit better, because the problem is they're slowing down the car and then getting on the throttle a bit too quick, and rather than slowing the car and turning in on the brakes, they're slowing down and then trying to power through, and that's why they're experiencing a bit of understeer as well. But yeah, I'm really happy with the TT. It's definitely a lot better. Now I just need to work on getting myself a little bit better. Patreons, what do you think? It's definitely a contender for some silverware, that car. It's an expensive one. Speaking of, look at this. Just spied it. Not the colour I'd go for, but nice. Yeah. I don't get the whole grey thing, the Nardo grey thing. Black wheels, I don't know. Very modern style, I guess. Not for me. But nice to see one. That's the first one I've seen. The GoPro is potentially broken, but we'll see. So out on the second run it did start to rain a little bit, just towards the middle of the track, but I was really trying to work on my braking, so I always felt like I was trail braking into corners, but it turns out I could do it more. Basically trying to bleed off the brakes a little bit more and not get on the throttle until I'm kind of at the apex, which sounds obvious, right? But
when I looked back at the data, I wasn't doing what I thought I was doing. This is where having access to the data has proved very useful. It's a very expensive system, that dark side, having this car, but yeah, I've learnt a lot in such a short space of time about my own driving, so yeah, it was really good. So nothing really happened on this run. Got a bit too close to this E30 than what I would have liked. There was a car going into the pits, and the E30, I don't know if he didn't see me coming or what, but I was already pretty committed. You can see in my wing mirror that he had at least a car and a half gap to his right. I don't know why he was dragging over to the left, but maybe he just didn't think I was going to come past him. But yep, no contact, so all good. And then the Caterham joining the track was a little bit aggressive as well. I don't know. It was a very busy day, this, and there was a lot of interesting driving going on. But yeah, I was feeling good about the car. I was just trying to work on my braking, and just that one change should have a massive improvement on my driving. It was really good to kind of find one big fault with my driving, and if I fix that, then you know the car should start to really come alive if we do end up racing it. But yeah, I did a couple of laps and then headed back into the pits just to have another look at the datas.
Right, I've just been doing some Honda driving, but we've just been doing some final checks of data with our novice, our professional novice that we've got helping us out today, yeah. And we're going to have one more session in the TT.
So this was my final run out of the car, and they did make some changes to the geometry. Unfortunately, I didn't get a clear run, really. The track was still kind of busy. It actually ended early with a red flag as well, but I was really consistent with my driving. The car felt good, fast, and I was just trying to practice this braking technique where I'm really trying to roll into, especially turn one, and not get on the power kind of before the apex. I think the car has improved a lot, but if I can improve my driving at the same time, then that's going to be a winning combination for sure. Just getting a bit too greedy sometimes in some corners, getting on the throttle too early, really makes a massive difference to how this car performs. It's a high power, high torque, front wheel drive car. And you've just got to be patient with it. That's one thing I learned a lot on this day, was just trying to have more patience with the car, and then although it feels slower, you actually go faster. It's crazy, right?
Excellent camera work.
Into some of the corners you can kind of hear what I'm trying to say. If you listen to the tyres, you can kind of hear them just start to squeak a little bit, and then it's just me trying to get my brain engaged into patience mode of, okay, let the tyres just come back a little bit and then get on the power, rather than being greedy with the throttle and trying to kind of power through that phase, because all I was doing was killing the tyres, you know. And I think this one kind of change is going to have a big improvement on everything. yeah, about the only other interesting thing to happen on this session was around the corner of T1 here. So as you can see, I'm braking into the corner about 130 mile an hour. We've got a surprise waiting for us on the other side.
You can't park there, sir.
This is why you always have to be alert, always check for flags. I mean, these matrix boards with a flashing yellow, they really get your attention, so they're good.
Oh, it's so close. Do you reckon it's got an automatic stop? It must have, right? It's all under control, don't worry about that. They left me on the buttons. Yeah, you can take that now. I put it too high, I thought it would stop.
I could see it from there. It's like, oh, it's a bit too high.
Right, we're all done from this day at Donington. So, the question remains, Patreon fans. The question remains, do we race this TT? I mean, we can just do one round. We don't have to commit to the full year. We can maybe just do a round and see how we feel. They're quite keen for me to do the opening round at Croft, which is in April. So do we just do the opening round and see how it goes, or do we just try and find something else entirely? Do we just save our money and, you know, try and put some money into the Enquiries instead, maybe? Huh? So what do we do, eh? What do we do? Some nice visuals on this walk back to the truck. Nice one. Thanks for letting me drive your car, sir. Anytime. I'll be driving this car. The next video will be driving this car, which is a B16 with grips. Obviously this one didn't have the grips. So, do you reckon that means it's ready for me?
Yeah.
So, what do we do? Thanks to Team Darkside for the hospitality again, of course. This is my second Saturday in a row at Donington. Not a bad life, eh? Are you ready to go? Yeah. How many samosas did you have?
I've had at least 13.
You're in double figures, aren't you? 13, 14. I had 9 samosas.
I've still got them here.
It's been a very I've got some
They're on the road.
Well, you can see how many have gone.
I've got at least.
Left.
I've got to leave at least 4, because that's one for me at home, and one for kids, and one for our lads.
Right, we've got some road samosas, and we're good to go. So the question for the Patreons is, do we race that TT this year or not?
I think it's a yes.
You think it's a yes. The owner of the car thinks it's a yes.
They make sure they folded them things down, didn't they, on the lights?
Huh?
Them things were folded down on lights.
What lights?
Real lights. You can cover them up.
Do you want to have a look?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got lights. Right, thanks for watching, chaps. That's enough from today, enough from Donington. Another nice day, completely different to last weekend, but fun all the same. See you next time. What's the code word for setting off in a truck?
I don't know.
We're not very good truckers.
Trucking? Nah, we're trucking. I don't know.
Have we got any trucking music we can put on?
Probably not. I didn't know it really.
Have you put this in?
It had one already, but if you look underneath dashboard, it's horrible.
Why? Because of like sweat and stuff?
Yeah, it's just ringing. I don't know why they do it.